timer, so they're gonna get yelled at. At least those show up. I haven't played this in forever. These give me decent seeds. Would be nice, you know? What's shaking, Jim? Happy birthday. Almost 4 years. What's wrong with you? What is a man? Too early? Hopefully don't stick it. I gotta stick in my finger up his butt. That didn't work out how I wanted to. Oh, it was almost a perfect kill minus he turned and that hit me. That's interesting. That's a full house if I've ever seen one. I think I was still under a minute. So, Jim. Yeah, you've been around too long. You're old now. You're old news now, Jim. No offense. I got hit, so I'll get 80. Anything fun happen for your birthday? What do we got? We got Harper, which is a good sword. The sword named Harper. Barrel Circlet's awesome for Galmoth, which inevitably I'll have to fight. One-shot these bad boys. Went out for dinner. Anything good? Did you have birthday chicken nuggets? Are you a chicken nugget person, Jim? Not that I'm here to judge, but I was talking to M, and apparently it's an Australian thing as well. Big chicken parmo. It's not parma, which is what we generally use over here. Like a garlic aioli or garlic sauce. I think it's a bechamel sauce, actually, with garlic. A white sauce. What's going on, Ballman? Flexing with some biddies right off the bat. It's Jem's birthday. Oh yeah, so I guess they eat chicken nuggets. Oh, that's nice. Glorified chicken nuggets with like a garlic sauce. I always get so mad, or not mad, upset, I guess, with M when she talks about the Australian foods. All among dubs. Oh yeah, thanks. I'll get that moment. They're just abominations. Everything's with Vegemite, sprinkles. It's like, what is wrong with you guys? Sonar. That's boring. Dubs, bomb, I'm playing too much Monster Sanctuary. It's so much fun. Well, actually, I think every game I play that you can jump, you have to abuse it. Just makes it more fun. Keeps your character in health. Whatever, dude. Keeps him a little more healthy, active, fit for 60, right? I'm not gonna make that. I said fit for 45. How long were you supposed to be fit for? Wasn't worried. Of course it's a hard thing, thank you. Who really needs gear, right? I have a shield, though. That's kind of cool. Oops. Gotta move this pointer. It's driving me nuts. Leave the mouse right in front of my screen. There we go. Cross shrieking. Alright, give me a duplicator, and then I can use some of these use items, please. I just wish the other game was a little more popular. I would just play that all the time. I just think no one likes it. Which is weird, because it's a very good one. I mean, this one's pretty awesome, too. Right, what do you want? Still naked. Minus the shield. Why is he mad? Actually, don't mind having the shield first. I mean, I would like a weapon at some point. Generally, it helps killing things. I can make two. Get close enough to double punches him. I assume it's the pulling back of the fist. Those guys are weak to blunt, I believe, or just strong against slashing. Maybe both. Holy Mail is useless, but it gives 11 armor. Defense. I mean, that's pretty nice. I think the worst one's probably the Ice Mail. I hate the Ice Mail. It's like offensively bad. The lack of ice moves. I don't think elements really play a big part in this game. You just want raw stuff always. Oh for 2 on good ones. I mean, I get to see my damage now. I guess that's a thing. It's better than Echo of Bat. It does feel like I'm hitting hard. Or why? Oh, I might have to do Doppelganger then with no weapon. It's always boring. I have no transformations possible, so I can't get up there. I make Crucigram from the table. Would be nice. Ballman is complaining about the trivia thing not working in his, but mine at least seems to work. Can't really test until you go live, you know? You block that? I hit his nail, it doesn't count. Or you want to try doing more Dragon Crown. Oh, I hate these. Trying to punch those things is, like, impossible. If you use magic, you're invulnerable for, like, half a second afterwards. You can do that, or you can do the the Dracula thing, which is up. How do you do it? Hold up and you get the big balls. But it's also like, you know, 8 seconds to friggin' cast the whole thing. I have lots of defense, so I don't think I'll have to worry about a safety save. If I die, I die, right? I shouldn't die. Exactly. Why do you need defense? Just don't get hit. If you get too close to the thing, he changes to the wall. Sorry. Proud of yourself? It is really dramatic to like jump kick your clone to death. Or not clone, your doppelganger. Missing like half my health. Gotta steal some of those every now and then. Give me a sword. Or a karma coin. I do have a diamond, so no matter what, I'm pretty happy to go into the store. That is platinum mail? Diamond mail. That was kind of close. I think diamond's good. Right? Yeah, diamond's good. Ability of the relic. Just jump over you. And at least a base set of everything. Because the most expensive weapon's like 12 grand, I believe. More money's obviously better. But running around naked is questionable in most situations. Video game, no different. Spear guys are not worth fighting. What? How you doing, Em? Crazy. That's a familiar with be one of the 53 months. Why have you been here so long? What do you want? Thank you for the fancy sub, too. You guys don't have to do that. I don't stream enough to really warrant it. Oh, I want the sad cat dance thing. I'm not putting it on. Demon cards, infinite money. No. Not again, I'm not being tricked into that. I need to calm down over there. Although I did find out I have 20 more BTTV emote slots. I don't know when they upped it to 50, but they did. Not bad, I just started, so... seeing what's going to go wrong. So, can have more kitty butthole emotes, which I think is important. Alright, so I get infinite money and bat. Both are pretty good. Pretty good. What have you been up to anyways, Amy? Why are you here bothering me? Maybe double jump. Take a snorkel. Snorkel's fine. Alright, so I have that. Actually, I have Echo, don't I? Yeah. We got the snorkel. Infinite money coming up. Hopefully be some good items, and that'll pretty much dictate the rest of the run. I think it's a dick cake. I think that's a good thing. Not here to judge. My nose is stuffy.
Come on.
Okay, listen for the music to stop and you're golden.
I'm interested in.
As I said, my nose is stuffy, alright? There'll be some dick in the cake.
I'm interested in this.
It's my birthday all over again. Probably enough money.
Like you.
I'm interested in.
Fire and bad, whatever. We'll grab it.
Like you.
You can kill them with mass bats.
Like you.
Get a bunch of extra lives.
Like you.
Get some attack podions.
Like you.
We have garbage for weapons. Holy Rod's pretty fun.
Like you.
Bastard sword. Watch your mouth. Card shield's obviously good. Not great, but good. Nothing for the head. I guess a circlet? Like,
Like you.
oh, pink cape.
Like you.
Mystic pendant, I love.
Like you.
1 to every stat or 20 luck. I'll grab the 20 luck.
Like you. Like you.
Moonstone. Oh, Moonstone actually works.
Like farewell for now.
What do you mean, why is there? Have you not known there was that many butts here? Use the booty emote. Or command, excuse me. And there's always been lots of butt. A butt-friendly stream. Yeah. What have you been on about? Alright, we got lots of places to go. And we can get the hell out of here. Go away. Are you not a fan of the butts? I don't understand. Why should I have to explain this? Yeah, I just found, like, honestly, if I would have delayed going live for another 10 minutes, I would have put on 20 more BTTV ones. Because like I said, I didn't know I'd get more slots. There'd be more butts. Really would like double jump. I'm gonna go the Richter route and then warp back to the beginning and do that way. I don't think there's any reason why, but well, that's what I'm doing. So. Basculin. The frick is a basculin? We got a bone. Good. Just as I planned it. Black and knives. Ring I don't need. Tart, elixir, curry? Oh yeah. The counterpart to Beninin? Feminin? Are you making that up too? What's a Feminin? Is that like the evolution of Bulbasaur? Is that one of the Pokemons? Or was it Agumon? Lost the food, Katana. Masculine and feminine. That's kind of cute when you say it like that. Get down here. Yeah, when you go left to right, it actually hits a little harder. 20%, looks like. And it makes a little flash. See? You can see when it slows down. Actually, does it do the ball thing? Oh, that's the shield rod. I don't know what the shield rod does. With the little, it shoots out like a little spinning star. I think it does that. Where's the star flail? Yeah, you got me on that one. More diamonds. I don't care for the wolf parts. We got bat, we're good. Don't touch those. I want grapes now. I haven't had... I feel bad. I don't think I've had grapes in a while. Gotta hold out for the cotton candy grapes. I think M's had them. Little balls of diabetes. Really? It's fine. I wanted to go down here first. 2 pieces of lads. I have like no ability to get around these stupid chickens. I think there's like 1 or 2 more as well. You don't hear the flapping, you're safe. Fairy scroll. Now we know we're getting harassed by geesemen. Totally planned that. Nate Valiant. I'm doing well. Was hankering for some Symphony and I don't think I've played in like 2 or 3 weeks. How goes it for you? What are you doing? What are you wearing? Valiant's a cool dude too if you ever get bored. He's pretty negative at times, which I like. Realistic, I should say. Realistic. Every game's the best ever. Nah, not really. Plus, you also got addicted to Troubleshooter. Apparently, I can't do my bat dashes too well. Gonna hit a wall anyway. Life is good over here. Busy day, lots of stores, not a lot to show for it. Waiting for my egg cartel to knock it off so eggs will be back to a reasonable price. I think they milked everybody enough for a while now. Marcel? Aw. Just standard. It's quiet around here. Especially considering like I live in Florida. I hear all these like awesome Florida stories, and I think it's mostly northern Florida. Because down here the majority of people are Well, no one's from here except, I think, me. I'm one of 7 persons. People that were born in Florida. Everyone else moves here. You get a lot of northerners. A lot of transplants, you know? Because the weather's nice. It's one of the nicer places to live, actually. Considering you don't have to be in California. It's like California was gorgeous to live there, it's just you had to be in California then. That's no bueno. At times. San Diego was really chill. And I got away with calling everybody dude and bro. And no one thought you were being funny. Just call everybody bro. You know, I have to play more Disgaea as well. Really am trying to branch out and play like other games. I don't usually just recycle all my favorites, but it's, I don't know, it's just really weird. Like, a lot of newer games aren't particularly, or I mean, it works the same with older games as well. It's not, you know, inherently awesome because it's new. And strategy role-playing games have never really progressed. Enough for it to matter. Oh. Disgaea is going the opposite route too. It's like you hit super crazy bloat with Disgaea, probably 3, maybe the most bloated, or 4. 5 kind of tones it down. And then 6 is like, alright, we're a mobile game now. Okay, thank you. But it's okay, because they added HoloLive people to it. That makes it cool and hip and happening, right? I guess, right? Not creepy at all. I had loads of fun in San Diego. Easily the best place I ever lived, weather-wise. People-wise, not so much. They were cool. They hated people from Arizona, which I didn't understand, because, you know, I'm a foreigner there. They call them zonies. I think it's kind of funny, I just don't really understand this. So I just, yeah. If you have high jump, you can definitely get in there, but I don't. Let's forward it. It's just the game itself was not very good. And it ran like ass. I don't know what any of the newer updates are for. It's, I don't know. It's tough for me to judge a game, you know, a year later when it's finally fixed. And it's a weird, more acceptable thing nowadays. Oops, big nice crystal boss, right? Was it Kojima that was like, you know, along the, what would he say? It was along the lines of a delayed game is eventually good, but bad game is never good. Wait, how the hell did that thing go? I gotta look that line up. A delayed is eventually... A delayed game is eventually good, but a rush game is forever bad. There you go. And it was Miyamoto. I thought it was Kojima. That definitely makes sense. What do we got here? If I don't grab the wolf parts, I miss out on the opportunity of Wolf running and like 2 or 3 areas in the game. A lot of 6s. But realistically, I backdash everywhere. Especially with the Mystic Pendant. Probably save more time just ignoring it. I should be strong enough to fight our one buddy up there. What's going on, Apollo? Come on, buddy. Topaz is poison? Yeah.
I'm gonna ignore you now at this point. Now you're saying dumb shit again.
Funny enough, that was not directed at me in the stream. Although I usually try to converse when I'm there. Which is not good or bad. People want to just do meme things, I guess that's cool too. Just not what I do. It's an old. Back in my day. What? Bust out my live journal for you folks. Oh, we just stand still, buddy. Oh, that hurts him. What's new with you, Apollo? Nice. Merman statue sucks, but it's better to get it. Oops. It's better to get it here than to be in the other castle and get it, so that's a thing. Your wolf pack group? Wait, what? Like actual wolf, or you mean like friends? I love me some Final Fantasy XI. Played way too much. Ah! Oh, that's cool. I'd love to see them. Huskies are like the weirdest dog, though. Do yours scream? Like those and the, what are they called? The Shiba Inus are the ones I'm always worried about. It's like I would love to own either of them. I'm just worried about the screaming. Maybe not so much with Huskies, but with the Shivas, it's like you look them up and like, oh yeah, just ignore it. The fuck do you ignore that? Yeah. Oh. I have not a lot of vertical movement. Zoom. I totally jumped around you. Lying game. Lagging. My brother took my controller. Where am I going? I don't have the Jewel of Open, which is very problematic. I did everything I don't have missed. I think I gotta go to the next castle. Shit. Trying to think. I skipped one relic with the... what are they called? Yeah, I need Mist or Jewel of Open. That's a little annoying. And there were no library cards when I was shopping. So, mediocrely strong. What do I have on the Ring of Pale? I put this one. I would definitely play 11 again. I just kind of hit the peak, you know? Pretty much did everything you could do in that game. Beat the expansions. Fully upgraded a relic weapon. Oh, I can't get up there. Ha! I'm using a holy rod, so I don't think it actually hurts them. In a private server, I don't know which one of those I read about, but they didn't have properly working mechanics. So I'm not interested in a game that was heavily built around mechanics. I was debating on the regular one. I was playing, I wanted to farm up a Ken. What is Ken? It was probably one of the other ones. All the servers are weird about that jazz. It's like they're always trying to sabotage one another, and I haven't read anything on this new one, so maybe it's really another Holy Rod. Yeah, it didn't have aggro generation property. Why bother playing? There's my duplicator. What's the expansion it's up to? Or is it all the way caught up? Or is it one of those like, oh, we only played to 75? I got a library card, that's good. I just have like the classic WoW. We only played to 75. Like, yeah, no, I never played before, or yeah, before there were merits, but it's only 75, but it's up to COP. What do you get in COP then? Good, you get to have Blue Mage ruin a bunch of your parties. Blue Mage was such ass back then. Here's my dual open. Here's another party of two of them spamming. We did a lot of COP, my group, and it was always some knucklehead Blue Mage spamming Bludgeon, which gave, I think it was like 78 TP to the monster. It was out of 100, or, well, they just added a 0 at some point in the game, I don't know why. So you're fighting the little former buddies down there that, you know, drain health from 18 folks. Wondering why nothing ever dies. Because you got two Blue Mages spamming, giving the monster TP. They ended up rectifying that sort of later on, because they just gave every monster TP regeneration. I had a lot of fun solos with Red Mage using ceremonial daggers, the 1 damage daggers, because you hit for nothing. So it never actually generated any TP for the monster. Oops. So you just solo them using two of those and your end spells. Because end spells do damage, they don't give TP. From what I remember, they don't generate hate either, which is kind of cool. It was like the coolest part about Scholar. With Ascension, you could sub Red Mage and then diffuse. Ascension was basically like a diffusion. Or, it was like Blue Mage's diffusal. And you would diffuse spells that were normally self-only, like an end spell, or Stone Skin, or Phalanx, onto your whole group. Yeah, Phalanx. Scholar was one of my favorite classes to play. I played a lot of Red Mage. Although, like everyone who played Final Fantasy XI, your most time was probably spent on Thief if you weren't buying Gil. Yeah, Red Mage 75 is fun. Your heal, you're in like a weird spot if you can enfeeble the big monsters, which is the only thing that matters. But just learning your rotations of haste, refresh, well, you know, haste 2, excuse me, refresh, and what would you have at 75? You get regen 2. Was fine. Once you got 100, still regen 2. Sucked. That's why Scholar was awesome. They got regen 5. I could crank it out to be like 100 and something a tick. What? You can diffuse that to a whole group. Happy times. Alright, I gotta focus. Otherwise, Anki's gonna be mad. I think it was pretty good. And then Red Mage kind of falls off because you don't nuke as hard as a Black Mage. You don't heal as well as a Red Mage or a White Mage. No one really does. With Cure 5. Because it's, I mean, it's not hateless, but it's pretty close. I think it's equivalent to a Cure 1. So, you get stuck with... What did I normally do? If I was on Red Mage instead of Bard, or... I think Bard was my majority at the time. At events. For the ground HM... Well, actually all the HMMs. We did ground and sky. I was, just a stun monkey. So you get stun from Dark Knight. And then you chain spell it, and you just sit there and stun somebody for 30 seconds. A boss, obviously. I'd like a better sword, please. Because events are so weird. In that game. Depending on how your group worked, of course. I was on a very good... mine was all Japanese, actually. But everyone had a very specific role. Red Mage was a weird one, because their big claim to fame is they have insanely good enhancing and enfeebling magic. But a lot of bosses don't really care for that. They did eventually add a... what was it called? Amino break? Immune break? Mechanic in which everything could basically be enfeebled. Which was cool. And honestly, like, no one really cares about seeing... I have wonderful saves of, like, we're fighting Nidhogg, and he gets paralyzed 4 times in a row, and no one's like, oh god, that was a great Red Mage paralysis cast. Like, no one cares. Even though it, you know, saves fights. Or seeing Byakko paralyzed at 80% of his actions. Like, yeah, awesome, but no one really... I hit him for 1,000, that's so much cooler. Is it? Why don't I have double jump yet? And how many of these do I have? We got 4. Soon. 3 easy chances, and then I haven't even had to go with the Jewel of Open. Sorry, I get yammered about Final Fantasy too much. But I played it a lot. I think I looked, I had a roughly like 13 or 14,000 hours. I'll take the hit from that. You can't get hit by the Nova Blast. Nova Blast is like 4 times as strong. But then they ate my server. And they merged it into Ashura, which Ashura sucks. It was just a bunch of botting people that only merked everything. It's like it ruins the whole community part of the game. Yeah, I was on Pandy originally. which was the all Japanese server. But I played games after work, which was like 1, 2 o'clock, and that's Japanese prime time. And honestly, it's like I started off as I started off as a thief, but broke into Bard. And as long as you were like halfway decent on Bard, they'd even take bad Bards actually. You get invites. So I play. Oh, okay, there we go. So I played a lot and just made buddies that way. So it was a little easier to get on other jobs. Like, you're not going to find a job on a Dragoon, but, you know. My Beastmaster actually got to party once. It was kind of cool. Because Beastmaster was just a better form of warriors using single axes. I've never understood that. A Beastmaster is very good at all levels. It always has been. Why would they buff him? No. Dragoon. I just never liked Dragoons. They're another weird one. They were like similar to Monk, in which they had a really brief period in which when you hit monster multi-hit skills, weapon skills, would return TP based upon your normal attack. So someone like Monk would use your Relic Knuckles, which had 1,000 delay addition. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's like I hate that. They made Beastmaster a pussy class. You used to have to actually like get your monsters and fight that way. Instead, everyone just uses jug pets. And then you'll see everyone running around with, you know, the crab because they think it's a good monster. It's like the only reason we used the crab was because it had a high level cap and it was very cheap to produce. Paladin monsters are atrociously bad to use. Yeah, so did I. You throw things at bombs and hope they blow up. If they don't, well... was the best level you can get as Beastmaster. Eventually, when they did the... what was it? Treasures of Outergon, you could kill the Chicos for a little bit. Well, yeah, because you found out Goblin Diggers were... What's going on, Cerebi? Thank you for the reset. You found out Goblin Diggers roam zones. I'm like happily killing crawlers in the jungles. I go pee and come back, I'm dead. And it's like, you got killed by a Goblin Digger. I'm like, where the fuck did he even come from? They just roam the entire zone. These goblins are very good to fight too, kind of. You leveled up Beastmaster, and then how can you be happy about the Jug Pet thing? Jug Pet's blue, and then they made him way too strong. My little Beastmaster with the friggin... what do I like? I like to use the little crickets. I forgot what they're called. It is not a nice change. It's a lazy change. Adding a vendor you could buy the jugs at was good enough. Or allowing you to call them for free. Yeah, my little crickets are crazy. You can train the whole... Well, I think they made a pretty shitty choice then. Neither were the changes you're talking about. You can't be selectively changing things, but like, oh no, it's the original. It's not like there's any difference between tweaking a couple stats on monsters, which is going to totally get ruined when they see the beast, the call pet abilities. Can't wait to see that when that gets leveled up. You're going to be running around with monsters that are, or jug pets that are 10 levels higher than even matches. Well, I firmly disagree because Like I said, I played at, you know, the peak of the game, and only Idiot Beastmasters use the same zones, because you don't fight incredibly tough monsters against other incredibly tough monsters. That's not how it works. You always look for monster difference. And you want to fight goblins, well, pretty much anything that kills itself. Or really good matchups, which was very uncommon. Austin Oblet was a good one because you could do slimes versus bats, and obviously slimes are always good. Being weak to light means they're easier to charm, and they're just ridiculously resistant to blunt attacks, which is what bats do. Instead, you got people running around with, you know, I got a Mandragora pet in my jug. I have no idea what it does. Yep. And low-level manties are terrible. They get to be crazy, though. Just like monks. Because they get all the monk abilities. Guard, counter. They don't get double attack. Which is another reason you don't use paladins. I mean, you could say all that, so it's just, it's not very smart. You have the one solo job, and we gotta make it useful in a group, when they already were. I mean, if you knew their strength and rating, they were higher than warrior in terms of one-handed, and they got a pet. That's all that mattered in that game. At 15, they get Berserk for warrior, but you can get your call pet by them. It's like they were always good. So if they overbuffed them, it's like, well, I don't know what the good decision was. I think they might have been a little dumb. We have boss stuff? Sure. The Dragoons are limited because, well, I mean, you know what you fought early on. Most people would go through the dunes. And then Quiffam Island, which were all crabs. So piercing damage is not exactly stellar. The Dragoon with their spears. You didn't get a blunt spear until... When was the blunt spear? Was it the Coos? Or was that slashing? I don't remember. I didn't work with spears much because I never even unlocked Dragoon. I used it briefly on my Samurai. The Samurai was pretty good with it. But... well, that's good. You would take a Dragoon then. Well, I mean, you actually used to have to think about that in the game. Like, which kind of damage dealer do I want in my party? They weren't all just generic DPSs, like WoW, you know? If you're bringing Dragoons to the, it would be a bad place. Well, any crab place. You would be in trouble. Don't bring them to the Boyata tree, you know? But, if you were smart, you went to the, what was it, the Kuroko Tunnel? And then you fought worms. Because low-level worms are awesome. They don't double attack. They're considered... What are they considered? Are they paladins as well? I'm not sure on that one. But they're casters. But they were basically just casters, so you could drain MP on some of the classes, or... Oh, this is always spooky. Not Elixir, I want the attack potion. What am I doing? Or just run out of range, and you'll hopefully get a single target awesome one. So that's why you bring like a... You can actually use ninjas there. I'm gonna cheat. I don't have enough of the good stuff to do this properly. I think I might be dead. So yeah, you would bring a single, you know, Ichi user. And just tank them by provoking and running back. I don't know if they're all black mages. I think some are paladins. I have to look it up again. Maybe not. Maybe they will. I mean, because they definitely open with shock and all that stuff. Hey, I didn't die. But anyways, it was a game of, you know, figuring out where to level when it was too crowded. Yeah, I don't like anything about this server you're telling me. You guys play your messed up private server game. Damn. Alright, we're going back. I do hope you have fun with it. That I always wish people, don't worry. But no, I like the official stuff. Randomly tweaking classes. But they didn't tweak fucking Thief at all. The one that actually sucked. The one that Square was like, nope, Treasure Hunter's good enough. And you know what? They were right. They were perfectly fine just bringing Treasure Hunter to groups. You want to be a thief at an event? You got a thieves' knife. You threw a boomerang. They did took it. It's even worse then. Triple ticket 30. That's awesome. That means, were they smart enough to make it job specific? Or is everyone just subbing thief now? But Ken, you get one hit that can't miss. Great. Every minute. Key cloud. Oh, they get a thumbs down. Class changes. Idiots. One of these days I'll be able to get through that, I promise. Shut up. I know. It's a misinput. Misinput. I'm actually kind of happy how smooth this is going for not having played in quite a while. Where am I going? We did... I don't have the spike breaker. I can sidetrack to Final Fantasy X. It's true. Go to Old Rocks and drop down and do all the Jewel of Open stuff. I haven't got... I need Goat Head. Story of my life. So you haven't done the Succubus. I don't know if M is still paying attention, but... potentially. If not, Anki, you're up. I don't think that sword actually counts as hitting you, but it's always fun to duck. Good shaking, Nim. Person of the week or month or however long it takes me to change you again. Do I have the silver ring? No. Oh, that's not good. Or maybe it is good? I don't know. Goggles. They do nothing. I don't have a shield rod. Alright, Succubus. I think I'm only missing one piece of Vlad's. I would love double jump. Even though double jump isn't really necessary. What are you doing? Because I killed everything. On Cleo. I like that. Or on Kylo. Sounds like a Star Wars thing. I haven't watched any of the Star Wars movies in a long time. Ooh, Dragon. I think they were pretty good. It's like as a whole. But I'm also not like the harshest critic when it comes to that stuff. People get real pissy. See? Why aren't you playing this game, Anki? You could be a Dragon Man.
Mother!
Is it actually? Don't blink.
Gurgling, I smell your blood. A vampire? Could it be? That strength, that beauty. You're the son of Lord Dracula.
Death in the dream world will set your soul wandering for eternity, demon.
Wait, I beg of you.
That was a very good one, Anki. Thank you for trying. You get a B+. How you doing, Fairy? That's what I shoot for in life. It does. See? You make her fall.
There is something funny.
From my understanding,
about
the
this
Saturn
wall.
version also has them singing. Or Japanese version? She sings a song. Perfect. Jangmo-o? I think that's the... Isn't that the gold-plated dragon? Oops. Pokey catch. Cerebeat is flexing. Cerebeat, you already have all the Pokemon. You have all 40 of them, or however many Pokemon there are. Can I only catch the shinies? $734. Yeah, look it. See? It says you have 524 Pokemon. Right? Considering there's only 151 Pokemon that I recognize, that is more than normal. Oh no, look at my... I don't think I did not catch a lot. Pokédex? Nice. I have 69. And what was the other one? Poké card? What does that show? Oh, just your money. Yeah, you also have a ridiculous amount of money. It's just from having it in your stream. I just get tons and tons of money. I don't do anything. I mean, I'm fine with it. It's just... I kind of feel bad. I like 100 Pokeballs at a time? More Chrysogons? Cerebi, you still get a thumbs up for me because you turned me on to the Monster Sanctuary. I just finished another run of it. I had like the hardest final fight. Because I also refused to change my team once I get my 3. It was all fire against a monster that totally resistant to fire, healed all the time, and I had no ability to stop that. Mama, took me 32 turns. Thank you for letting me donkey. Which, I mean, I was crushing the majority of everything within a couple. I mean, because my Pokemon were good. Or not Pokemon. Here, do I have the picture? I saved it because... Did I really not save it? Oh, no. Hold on, I saved it because I want to upload it at some point. Hold on, hold on. It's my 3rd Randomizer Bravery run. Yeah, 32 turns. Turns, excuse me. Yeah, look at 32 turns, and I still get a crazy high amount. Not 6-star it, but, I mean... I was winning it, but it was not a fast one.
I'll take you to a place.
Good, let's go. Oh, banana heads. Let's put it on now. Poor Nim. It was him that you wanted to hit with up. Shit. My bad. Nim! Don't be mad at me. Anki actually called out correctly. I'm gonna take away 1,000,000 gasms from M for this. Them's the rules. Oh, she did get... I think she's the only one that got docked. And it was kind of blatant favoritism, as I said, you know, anyone who miscalls them automatically loses all of them. But that's fine, too. I just saw some words, okay? Believe it or not, I'm actually playing this game. Like, you can see, like, right here, these are all the buttons I'm hitting. So figure out who has doubles or something in my chat is not always just give you the right to put that for everybody. But then it's like, it's actually a job to record it. Uh-huh. 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 If I was pre-recording this, I think I would do a better job. Or pick one and did a better job at. Heaven's Sword. Oh, she doesn't have the nom anymore? I really want double jump. What do I have on? Not exactly a tough one, right? So, my choices are... I don't ever have to come back here, so I can ignore that. The gold and silver ring area, which I don't remember there being lads there, but I think it's possible. The silver ring room, and then right here. All three are kind of out of the way and annoying to get to. I'm still making okay time, just because I got bat super early. Makes a world of difference. And being decently strong helps. Like, the Holy Rod isn't exactly stellar, but it's more than good enough to kill everything in the first area. Really? That spike breaker on. Like, even with the spike breaker, I blow at this. Only person in Symphony Night history to die using the spike breaker in the spike room. There's certain animals. Don't you say it, fairy. I like your emotes. I like that you do your own emotes too. I'm not I'm not very artistically gifted. I'm not saying you're gifted. Maybe I should say talented. I'm not talented. And I don't work hard at all to improve it. I have very simple brain. Probably mean him, that's how I was joking around. I'm like, I'm horrified. Whenever I'm doing this, like, in the dark, 100% touch the spikes. And then it's like, do you panic? Because you only get about 3 hits and then you die, normally, when you're doing this. I don't have to do this. Let's go library card. Yeah, the best I can do is I make really ugly pictures and send them to M. Then she turns them into something really nice. And then I get to yell at her, or with her, for like an hour or 2 as we're making them. The worst one was diabetes. I'm like, that's not a shield. Like that one, and who else did I ended up drawing friggin' who was it? Insane's like frisbee drove me so mad. Like, you don't know how to do a frisbee? I hate being a part of the actual emote making experience. Hate it. Yeah, the Anki one was a lot of fun too. It's like, I'm gonna make it a dinosaur. So what I found was, you know those stupid dinosaur hats that you put on like dogs? I'm like, I want that. And like, I had to hunt down the original Godzilla green. I'm like, I want that one from the cartoon. And the TGB is always fun. The Beatus one was hell. The Beatus one was... There's just not a lot of stuff for Dragon Warrior 1. And a lot of the remaster stuff doesn't, or remakes, don't really count because he only plays the original. So to me, that isn't very fitting if you use the remake. It was a combination of... yeah, just an angry TGB. With a red version of Eldrix? Is it Eldrix or Edrix? Edrix armor? Really wish I had high jump. Yeah, but the emote for him, like, because I gifted him his own diabetes emote, took forever. Because M is more of a less realistic artist and more of a, I don't want to say impressionist. Fun. A lot fun. A lot more fun. I love the... I really like... It's pretty much the only reason I haven't deactivated my Twitch account. Was... I don't want to lose my emotes. That's it. As I've told many people when I was streaming consistently, like, the only reason I do this is for the emotes. I've never lied about that. I tell everyone to do that. I'm like, just start and you'll get... Well, I mean, nowadays, what the fuck? They give you like 10 or 12 instantly of global emotes of your own choice. Like, that's awesome. Last library card. We did it! Yeah, because I have like... I have 27 emotes I can use wherever I want now. Ridiculous. Global, all the time. Anyone I want. Like, I change them... I've changed them midstream talking to people to fit whatever it was the situation was, you know? You're already pre-approved as long as you're not a dickhead. I probably shouldn't say that. As long as you haven't had a falling out or, you know, have abused TOS. It's like the... I want to show you what it shows up in my... Like, whenever I have to, like, look there and then look up, it's because... Here, I'll show you why. Because most of the... None of the other ones really show up in my chat. Let's make this a little bigger. Start my live. This is what yours shows up as, Cerebi. I'm like, download complete. Like, what the hell are you? It just sometimes picks random emotes to put in my chat bot. So whenever that happens, I always double check because, well, I don't know why you would say that. I'm not against it. I'm just kind of curious. Like, I think that's a good emote. But they got rid of the really long boys in FFZ. Well, the download complete one is just an amazing thing from... I don't know if it's from anything else in particular, but Salty Bet is a good one for that. Sometimes the Salty Bet is like an automated betting game where you have characters from just everything. Mostly animes and other video games fight each other. So you'll have like Goku fighting Sailor Moon. And then you bet on it. Well, sometimes the first round, the one side just does awful. Even the second round, but then for whatever reason, they just pick it up and their AI clicks, and that's when people are like, download complete, we're ready. So I don't know if that is a thing, but that would be some Salty Bet. Wobbuffet? Alright, we want Goat Head. Pokey. Fetch. Now I want to add the download complete emote. Maybe I'll see if I can find a BTTV because I get, like I said, a bunch of extra slots. So would you not try to catch it if you already had one? Or you're just trying to show off you have it before you catch it? Like, it doesn't matter. Just big dicking it over there, Cerebi. Like, you know, I already have like 8 of these Wobbuffets, but I just want to show you I have one. Oh, it's also shiny. Like, is that a thing? Do you guys care about the shiny things? I know you're not like that at all, but I think it would be funny. I gotta make some more coffee. Alright, we're gonna kill Dracula with... I have a duplicator. I also have 99 bats. Yes. Why isn't your name there? Weird. You know, it's a Ring of Art in the left room, because I didn't check it. Must mean the silver and gold ring room had the high jump. Yeah, okay, this C gets points off because I don't get high jump or double jump for quite a while. Where is attack up? If I was attack up, where would I be? Am I blind? There we go. I mean, kind of. You didn't do too good there, Shaft. Oh, I want to give this seat. This is... It wasn't difficult at any point, right? I don't think there was any danger of dying. Minus Galmoth. Galmoth fight was not clean. Probably done before. Oh, I have bats. What am I doing? That's disappointing.
Go back whence you came.
Killing them with friggin' weapons. What's wrong?
Mother no more.
How?
How?
Release the bats. Whoops. It was not really difficult at any point. I did have to get every, well, -1.
So you
relics.
made it.
Alucard, I'm glad you're all right.
Oh, wait, and time.
I'm sorry.
I should just do it based on
It's my
time.
fault you had to
That's like
fight
a
your own father.
C+.
Fear not. I had...